And you've seen this image used. I mean, if you Google this or whatever search engine you use, you can find out all kinds of images. Some of them not so good to look at. Here's one of them. Was an ad for Absolute Vodka. Vodka is, I think it's like a potato-based liquor. And anyway, it's using this touch of God to Adam, and the connection point here is this bottle of liquor. And you say, that's ridiculous. Just hang on a minute, okay? Just hang on a minute, because it was just interesting to me. I'm not making some big deal about this, but it was interesting to me that alcohol and this touch that we're going to talk about, they have a lot in common. I mean, they really, really do. So I thought this was interesting. I remember several years ago, when I was just kind of surfing the web, and I noticed that somebody had written an article about how this touch of God giving life to Adam was mirrored in the promotion of a film done by Steven Spielberg. Now I'm going to stop right here for a minute. Steven Spielberg hates Jesus Christ. He hates Christianity. He hates everything about it. He mocks everything about Christianity and the Bible. Let me give you an example. And I've talked about this in some of our other videos. If you've ever watched Close Encounters of the Third Kind, what you see here is a mirror image of God calling His people to Mount Sinai and visiting with them. Because what you see is God calls, the mother aliens, the mothership, beckons 12 people, 12 tribes, to not the mountain of God, but Devil's Tower, Wyoming, brings them there. Even embedded in the movie, there's some kids watching television in the background, and guess what they're watching? Charlton Heston and the Ten Commandments. You can hear them. Mom, the Ten Commandments are on. They're telling you something, okay? And so they go, and here this man has an encounter, a close encounter of the third kind with the mothership. Okay, it's all, and then he ascends up. I don't like Moses. Okay, so anyway, there's that imagery there, and Steven Spielberg did this in his movie E.T. And I want you to get a hold of this here. Look at the imagery here. Here is this, and I want you to follow me here. Focus right here. Okay, okay. Here is E.T. He is a god because he has all these amazing abilities. And he falls down to the earth. How art thou fallen from heaven? Oh, Lucifer means light bearer. Take a look then at the image here. So he falls to the earth, all these little children, because you know children, they'll accept this. The grown-ups don't do this, and the evil government wants to put this away. But the children are following the light bearer here in this movie. And the light bearer dies. But, and of course Drew Barrymore goes, okay. But he comes back to life. And just before he ascends up into the heavens, okay? I hope you're getting this. It's a mockery is what it is. But E.T. is a picture of Lucifer, the light bearer. How art thou fallen? Now he's going to ascend up into the heavens. But before he does, watch what he does. Okay, now this imagery here that you see on the advertisement for E.T. is meant to show the connection or the connecting point, the fusion point between the God E.T. and the little boy Elliot, I think is what his name is, giving him illumination or giving him life. And I'll just kind of get this all in your mind here because this is where we're going. But I want you to take a look now at this part of the movie where the light bearer E.T. is fixing to go back up into the stars. Watch what he does. Watch this. he takes his illumination and he touches Elliot's forehead. And he shall cause all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. And he touches him on the forehead and he says, I'll be right here. Now, if you don't know what's here, I'm going to teach you what's there here in a little bit. You're going to like this, okay? And some things that you've been seeing going on in the church that you used to go to, it's going to start making sense now. But I want you to get that idea here. I'll be right here, okay? I'll be right here. What he's referring to is his third eye. He has two eyes, but deep inside of the very core of his brain, he has right here at his forehead, in his forehead, he has a third eye. The New Agers teach that. The Eastern mystics teach that. My goodness, the churches are starting to teach this now. You watch and see if it's not happening. The churches are going to start moving people to this opening or this awakening. Rick Warren already talks about another great awakening that's going to happen. And I want you to get the wording here. Because every time they say light, it doesn't really mean light. It's darkness. Every time they say awakening, it doesn't mean awakening. And I'm going to show you that from the Bible. It doesn't mean that. It means the opposite of waking, which means slumber and sleep. That's what it means. But they're talking about a great awakening going to happen, a revolution or an evolution or whatever. All these words and terminologies coming out of the church now. And I'm talking about not just the New Age churches like Rob Bell's Mars Hill Church up there, but I'm talking about what used to be mainstream quasi-fundamental churches now, and even some of the fundamental churches are getting hip to this scene. They're going to start using phrases that have to do with awakening the third eye. It's part of something that we have done a lot of research on here this broadcast, Kundalini. This idea that at the base of your spine, and I don't want to get too far ahead of myself here, but at the base of your spine is, of all things, a serpent. And he's going to uncoil himself up your spine through contemplative prayer, transcendental meditation, all of these other things. And his head is going to reach inside of your forehead to a particular place, and I'll tell you what that is in a minute, to open up or awaken you from your slumber so that you now have two eyes here, but one on the inside of you. Extrasensory perception is related to this. And all kinds of altered states of consciousness, illumination, all of these things, all these concepts. The yoga has everything to do with transcendental meditation, with awakening the third eye. And here all these churches are doing, we're having yoga classes next Tuesday night. Want to come? It's not New Age. We're going to talk about Jesus in these. I'm telling you, it's the wrong Jesus. It's the wrong Jesus. But it's about third eye awakening and opening up the portals of your mind. Now, back to this image of God touching Adam. There are several things, and I saw this here a few years ago, and I've talked about this in some of our broadcasts. The image of God here, I'm going to zoom in on it. Here's the image of God here. He's touching Adam with his right finger. What's he doing with his other arm? Who is this? Who is this? Okay, who is this naked woman that God has his arm around with red hair?